A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, Jesus said to his disciples, "What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep, and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the hills and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So, it is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Lord Jesus Christ.
So, good evening to you all, dear brothers and sisters. How are you doing? Thank you for coming for this conference, and I'm happy to see you and to see young people once again, because I have been used to seeing old people. But as they have been told, you've been told, I'm called Father Kato Jude, and I work in Megade Parish. So Megade Parish is a new parish, and I was sent there by the Archbishop to prepare it as it reaches the full status of a parish. So that's where I came from. I don't know whether there's anybody here from Megade. Anybody from Megade? Chigogwa, Kakerenge, Namakonkome. There's somebody there. You're from where? Chigogwa. What? I don't know what's from. Buwango. Anybody from Buwango? Hey, we are indeed in a village. Nobody has represented us. Kastanzas is a Kastanza around. I have represented them. So I'm happy to see you, and I know you've come from different walks of life. I see youth who are already working, youth who are, I don't know, the youth who are married here. It's not powerful. We look to be single when I look at you. I see youth from secondary schools, from universities. I've also seen some young ones I think they could be in primary. And you've also come from all walks of life. I see Africans, I see Indians, and Bazungu. So I'm happy to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming. This youth conference also brings back memories. It brings back to me very memories when I was still young. I think that was in 2000, either 2 or 3. Many of you are not yet even been conceived in 2003 or 2. When I also attended such a youth conference, and we were the pioneers. So we were the pioneers. I think I was in senior 2, long time ago. So by that time, the conference was in Namugongo. So the girls used to sleep in Namugongo Secondary, and the boys used to sleep in Namugongo Primary. But sometimes the seminarians would be left to sleep with the girls because they are harmless. So they are sleeping with the girls at Namugongo Secondary. Because they're peaceful. And it used to be a very good time. A good time. Youth conference is the time of resting. True, you've just come from home, from school, but it's also a time of resting. It's a time of learning, and I think you've learned so many new things, isn't it? And you're going to continue learning. So many good preachers are going to be coming, and I assure you, these preachers also had a very good and big influence and impact on me and many other people. So youth conference is also a time to open our minds and our eyes. It is to be a time to meet new people, new friends, a time to interact. You interact with people from other schools, other areas, even boys who are in, maybe boys and girls who are in maybe single schools, they get a chance to interact, though they are normally shy. They have to gather like 5 to approach somebody to say something. So it's a time to get friends, to interact, and make sure the person you sit with today is different from the person you sat with yesterday. So for me, I used to use the youth conference to make new friends. By the time there were no phones. Only our parents had the phones. So when you're giving the number, you say, "I'll put number ya mama wangi." Let me give you my mom's number, but when you call, you say, so and so. Or you tell your sister to call me so that but now I think now it happens even many people now have phones. You don't need to give your mother's number or your father's number. So it's also a time to learn new songs. We learned so many new songs. The time to be away from home. You fear your parents. So you say, to get a conference, but it will come to an end of the sun and you'll go back. So it's a time to be away from the parents and from work. But above all, it is a time of encounter with God. So when you come to the youth conference, we come to meet God in a special way through the preachings, through the sharings. We'll be having sharings, and through prayer. So you will see that in the program there is even time for prayer. There is something new I have seen which was not there in our time. They have even put the adoration chapel. People can be there in the adoration chapel to pray for themselves. The senior folks are there praying. God help me, the one who is marking me. I mean, they fail. Not like the Electoral Commission of Uganda. So everybody, they are praying. Some are praying for work, some are praying for jobs, some are praying for so many things. So that is the most important. To come to know more about God and also to pray. So all the others, interaction, eating, I think we will also eat. So there's also eating, but all this is supposed to lead to God. So we thank the organizers for having organized this youth conference. And I have seen here a lady who opened on the program. I saw one lady who also was, she was always brought to the youth conferences to speak to us. Rose Kiefer, I've seen her here. I think she will be here or she has been here. She has been here. She's still here. Where is she? She used to be brown. Because I could be seeing her. She has gone, she's not around. Where are you? What do you got? You're now black. Good to see you. So she was our mentor when we were teenagers, like you, 14, 15, 16. And I'm happy that she's still doing that work. May God continue to use you. So, one of the things which she told us and which opened my mind up to now, she used to like a man called Ben Carson. Ben Carson. And she taught us a lot about that man and the power of thinking big and the power of reading, that when you read, you come to know so many things, that reading opens your minds. So that is what those are some of the things which I still remember about her. And I also became a very good person who learns and yearns for knowledge. So thank you so much, Rose Kiffer and others, for keeping this fire burning. In these youth conferences in our times, and I think it will also be in your times, we used to learn so many things. Some of the things which I still remember, which they taught us in the youth conference, and the things which have helped me to move in these years, because I first came for the youth conference in 2003 or 2000. It was more than 20 years back. But the things which we learned in the youth conference are still helping us in day-to-day lives to become successful and responsible. One of the things they taught us, which I remember, which I'm also telling you, they talked about values. They told us, they used to tell us that a good person should have some values in life. That a value is something which you value. Something which even they say, even if they are corrupting you, they are telling you, you rather say, to me, I rather leave that out. I rather lose that job. I rather give out my life than doing this. They told us you should have something which you can die for. You say, to me, it would seem a chikola, not me. So, one of the values they taught us is the value of honesty. That in our lives, we should always be honest people. Very many people are not honest. And that is now the problem which is even affecting our country, affecting everywhere. Honesty is very, very scarce. Finding a person who is honest. Everybody wants to be with people who are honest, but many people don't want to be honest. And this honesty begins when we are young. It begins from home, from school, and it goes on. So if a society is not honest, then there will be turmoil. And they told us that it begins from small things like, let me say, exams. Exams. That in exams, you give what is in your head. You read, don't copy. Don't copy. And you say, twice a money we have to get our money. Then somebody one time told us, how many of you imagine you are going into a theater to be operated. Maybe your eye or your nose is too big and you want it to become small, or you're having some complications in the stomach or in the heart, and they are going to operate you. And as they are wheeling you into the operating theater, you notice that one of the doctors who is going to operate you, to operate your eye, your heart, is that boy or that girl who used to copy the exam. Will you be comfortable? You see? But when you are defending him, each one for himself, God for us all. But now imagine that person who was not honest is the person who is going to operate you. How will you feel? You don't operate me, I'm now okay. Don't disturb me. So, honesty. They give you money like this. This is some other example they tell you. They have said the tour at school is, let me say, 50,000. So when you go, you say 80. Or they give you the 50, then you tell the teacher in charge, they say, you give 25 or 30. So that is not honesty. So, and the honesty will go everywhere. It will go in relationships. It will go in marriage. It will go in schools. It will go in money. You give somebody money, you want the person to pay back the what? The money. You give. You go to buy something. You want value for your money, and that is honesty. So that is one thing I learned. That honesty is very important. And when you are honest, even your mind is settled. You don't need to worry a lot. Another thing which they taught us, and which I love so much, and I talk about a value, was the value of patience. To be patient. Not the other patient of morality, but this patience of that there is time for everything. Today things may not be okay for me. Tomorrow they will be okay for me. Or today they are okay for me, tomorrow they may not. So to be patient. To be patient. And the patience goes hand in hand with perseverance. Perseverance, especially in times when we have not yet got what we want. Or perseverance when we have been discouraged. As you grow up, you're going to realize, as you come into this world where we are now, with the elders, that many of the dreams which you had when you were in primary, they began at Pukizda. When you ask many people when they're in primary, what do you want to be? Doctor, nurse, nobody says teacher, president, lawyer. Wow. As biology becomes difficult, you say, you're quite French. Even French. As the body becomes difficult, now becoming a musician. Musicians are earning money. You can even, somebody even graduate, and some people will get jobs immediately, others will not get immediately. So you have to persevere.